And anyway, managed to get the key in the door to let the dogs out, but it took me about 5 or 6 attempts to get it in the keyhole and turn it. Just sat down and then the phone rang. And by this time I was really in a funny place. I was really upset inside. I was talking in a drunken voice. I knew what I was going, and I knew I was talking. He said, Ian, what's wrong? I said, I don't know, Barry. And I started crying. And he says, you're having a stroke, Ian.
The project is part of the community work that supports the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra's residency at Hull City Hall. We worked with the Public Health Department to identify HICS, which is the Hull Integrated Community Stroke Service, which is a specialist stroke therapy team that delivers different types of therapy to meet the needs of stroke survivors in Hull.
I came in at a stage whereby we're thinking, what is the best way that we can do creative work that really connects to the work of the therapists up here.
So we worked with the HICS staff to come up with a structure for a programme that would include a series of workshops that used specially designed techniques to facilitate rehabilitation depending on individual patient needs, all while making music alongside the RPO musicians.
And we all sort of looked at each other and thought, how's this going to work?
Well, I was very nervous and I've never been out the house by myself since I've had my stroke.
And the first time one of the patients got up and conducted the musicians, we pulled his wheelchair into the middle of the room. He wanted to stand and he stood and conducted a musician. And it was just phenomenal, it just broke your heart.
Over the last 6 months, there's just a transformation. Some of them, there's such a big difference in a lot of them. Not just through mood, but through physical movement and also articulating.
It's done something up here in my brain. It's opened up something in my brain. It's without sounding really, it's lifted something.
Yeah, it definitely works. And as therapists after stroke, we're constantly looking at ways of promoting extra recovery, promoting what's called neuroplasticity, to help that rewiring. But there's something about music that seems to fire up the whole brain.
And it's just as if they've brought these people back to life, and it's given them a purpose and something to look forward to.
I felt like I'd got a little bit of myself back, doing this on my own.
It's working miracles with carers, family members. So it isn't just for strokes, it's for everybody, all of us, even ourselves.
We've got people participating in things in a way that I never imagined that they would do, and doing such different things. It's absolutely fantastic.
The improvement with the people that have been here seems to be quite quick and quite intense for many of them, particularly in terms of health and well-being. So by the end of, people will come here, and this is really an amazing thing that happens. People come, and at the end of one session, it's almost as though they've had a wonder drug that has transformed their life. So I know the staff here have worked really hard to get people who are in quite a difficult situation in their life actually to come along, and they're a bit cynical about it, and they're tired, and they don't particularly think it's going to be any use for them, and then they leave the session feeling completely different, motivated and inspired, and so deeply excited by the project. And there's been 2 or 3 examples of people that have literally just said it's changed their life post-stroke. They're remembering how to smile again, they're remembering who they were, they're finding a little bit of their real self back again through the project. That's been really striking, this, far more than most projects that I'm involved in.